If you enjoy learning the Cherokee language with RSU TV, join our Signal Society. Your monthly gift of $10 a month ensures that RSU TV can continue to produce programs like the Cherokee language classes. Click the link in the description or call 1-800-823-7210 to join today.
Osio Nagod, with Blevins Dawadon Kaleele Nagod Jedo Kohig. So we're really happy to have Miss Kathy back with us again today. Go ahead and tell him hello.
Osio Nagod Kaleele Nagod Jedo Kohig. Hawa.
So we're at our Jogat Dusine Jalak de Loquast. We're at our 13th, lucky 13, Cherokee lesson. So we're having a good time. We're really happy to have Miss Kathy back with us today. And so let's go ahead and come Idalena Jalak Idiwoni. Let's go ahead and talk Cherokee. So, as I told you, we're kind of done with the introductions. We did that for 12 lessons, and I think you have enough information now in those 12 lessons to be able to introduce yourself. And I believe if you're taking the class for class credit, you might be asked to do that as a audio file or something. Anyway, but now you'll have the tools to do that. So I thought it would be fun to switch it up a little bit. A few classes ago, I talked to you. I told you guys about Miss Sue. Told me how she learned how to read in Cherokee. Of course, she could talk Cherokee because that was her first language, but she couldn't read. And so what she told me was that her mother taught her to read by using the Bible. And so I brought a copy of the Bible here. This is the New Testament, and this is the new one that's got the nice big words in it. So not like those old ones where it's just really teeny tiny, hard to read. So I did bring that, but she said that her mom taught her how to read by using the Bible, and they started with John 11:35, and that was the first, and because it's the shortest verse in the Bible, so I thought it would be fun for them to actually look at it and see it. So what I have, let's practice our syllabary a little bit. So this says wa squalahia, okay, u da cl gun. Udalka, Juhaged, Gohwel. Is this the word you use for the Bible, or do you use I know there's another word for it, but this is the word I know too, Juhaged, Gohwel. So this first word, wa squalahia, shortest. Squalah. If you guys remember when we talked about the story about the fox and the fox and the crawdad, I think we learned that word squalant, short. And so this wa, squalahia, makes it the, I guess you call it the superlative, the most short, right? The shortest. Udalka, that's a verse. Right?
Yes.
A verse. Juhaged, Gohwel, that's the word for Bible. Juhaged, that means heavy, right? Or
thick.
Thick, yeah. Gohwel, of course, is paper, or it could be a book. So, here it is. So, let's read through it. This says, Johnny, Satdusine, Hayatotla, Ayatotla, Joskohisk, udalka. So John, Johnny, John, Satdusine. Now, would you say Satdusine or would you just say Satdu?
Satdusina.
Satdusine. Hayatlo. That's hard.
Ayatosha.
Ayatotla. That's hard to say. Ayatotla. Jos Kohisk, 35. So Satdusine, 11th. So 11th, this Hayatotla, that's chapter, a chapter. Jos Kohisk Udalka, verse, 35th verse. And this is what the 35th verse says. It's written, it says, G saw, do to ye lagi. Do to, right? Do to, do to he lagi.
That's what it says, but now it has evolved to
Doodlo. Yeah. And so that's why in parentheses I have this says G sa udlo yila e. Okay. And so this, for most speakers, I believe that's how they say the verse today. G sa, of course, is Jesus. And then Udo yilagi or udlo yilai. Udlo hilai. That means cried or wept.
wept.
And that's the shortest verse in the Bible. So if you look in the Bible, you'll see it this way: the dudlo hilagi, dudo hilagi, dudo hilagi. But most speakers will translate it this way: udlo hilagi, hilai. Either way is fine. But this is the first way, or this is the first verse that Miss Sue, and I've talked to other speakers and they said that they learned how to read in Cherokee the same way. It was by using the Bible.
Yeah.
And the very first one that they read was John 11:35. So we see G and saw, do, and then do, ye, or he, in this case, there's kind of a H sound in there, isn't there? La, gi, do, do, hi, la, gi. Okay, G, sa, u, glo. And I remember this one, I don't know why, but I remember this by thinking of a glowworm. and I don't know why this character would even look like a glowworm, but apparently to me it does. And let's try to change. I was trying to change my. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on here. Jogat Dusine. A Honda hitting. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So anyway, this character, I don't know why this character, for me, I remember glowworm. And
Yeah.
that's how I remember it's glow. So, and for you at home that are trying to teach yourself syllabary, that's a good memory aid, is to try to associate it in some way with something. And then ye la e, he la e. All right. Okay. So we learned huinegi and huinegi, to pick up something soft or to pick up something liquid last time. So today we're going to say go get it. Huigi, that's to go get like a ball or a huigi.
Just about anything.
Yeah. Anything that that doesn't fall in any other category, you can use this, huigi. Okay, so you notice it's lacking that ne, huigi, go get it. Okay, and then we have huiya, huiya. So that would be like
A stick.
yeah, gaunt or something that's long. Okay, so again, so now we have 4 ways to say go get it, right? We have, and this is the hard part of Cherokee, and I'm not going to lie to you, it is difficult. I struggle with it as well. Unfortunately, some of the most common verbs that we use in conversation are like this. It depends on the shape or texture or a characteristic of the object on what word you're going to use. For example, hand it to me. It's the same. It depends what you're handing. It depends on if it's alive, if it's long, if it's flexible, if it's liquid, if it's solid. You know, the same with I have or to have something. You know, so some of the most common verbs, you have to learn this. So we're going to work our way through it. We're going to go ahead and tackle it and at least get an idea. So we've learned huinigi. That's to go get something flexible like a coat or a shirt. And then we learned huinegi. That's to get like something that's liquid. Now we have huigi to get something solid. So a ball or an apple or a book or a phone, you know, any of those things, huigi, go get it. And then huiya, huiya. And that's something long, huiya. So would you say huigi and huiya for me?
Wiki. Huiya.
Huiya. Okay? So, again, just like we did the last time, I made a little list of things. Some of these, and these are common items that you might want to add to your vocabulary. You don't have to, but they're words that might come in handy. So we have this first word, squatlest. Squatlest. Okay, that's a ball. So what word would we use? Huinigi, huinegi, huigi, or huiya? Okay, for squatlest. Okay, I think we would probably use huigi. What do you think?
That's what I would.
So squatlest, huigi. Go get the ball.
Yes.
Okay, we have gasoline, gasoline. Okay, so again, would we use huinigi, huinegi, huigi, or huiya for gasoline? I would probably use huinigi.
That's me too.
Okay, good. I'm doing well. All right. So huinigi, gasoline, huinigi. Go get your coat. Okay. Now here's ganosast, ganosast, ganosast. A broom, ganosast. So is it huinigi, huinegi, huigi, or huiya? I would probably say ganosast huiya.
Me
What would you use?
too.
All
Huiya.
right. Excellent. All right. Now we have digohuelod, something to write with. So what do you think? Do you think it would be huinigi, huinegi, huigi, or huiya? Which one would you use?
I would say huiya.
Huiya, huiya. Digohuelod, huiya. Go get a pencil or a pen. It can be either way. Okay. Now we have anowo, a shirt. So huinigi, huinegi, huigi, or huiya. I'm gonna guess huinigi. Anowo, huinigi. Anowo, huinigi.
Yes.
Yes. That's yeah.
Yes.
I'm like I had to think about it though for a second.
I was thinking about it too.
I was like, wait, yeah. And that's the thing.
I
when
made you say it, didn't I?
I know. I was like, did I not get it right? All right. So now we have ditlanoheti, a phone. Okay, ditlanoheti, something you talk on. So would it be huinigi, huinegi, huigi, huiya? I would use huigi.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, huigi. Although really, when you think about it,
Yeah, it could be, seems like it could be either or now, huh?
Yeah, yeah, like a cell phone,
Uh-huh.
you know. Well, like let's take this, let's take a remote
That little
control.
remote,
Would
yeah.
that be huiya or huigi? I guess you could use either way, maybe.
I would, but I probably, if it's,
Like long and skinny.
well, yeah,
Huiya. Okay. Okay. So this next word, this is a neat word that I think people need to know. This is not, but I'll explain why. This is taljone or talijone. Taljone. And you see here, it's a 22 rifle. Now, of course, back in the day, I think probably every home had a 22 because you could go squirrel hunting and rabbit hunting. And I know my grandpa, we had a 22. We always had a 22, and we always had a 410, and it was to go hunting with. But this word talijone, talijone. So if you look, you see this word tali, right? The word for two, and then you see jo, and then ne, which makes it the what do you call that? The ordinal number, right? And so this means the third two, which I think is really interesting. Now, when you think about it, you're like, the third two, that doesn't make any sense. But if you think of the number 2 as the first 2, the number 12 as the second 2, and then the number 22 as the third 2, it does make sense. So like if you wrote the numbers all out on a line and you counted, 22 would be the third 2, and so that's where. And I believe it was Dookie was saying that he remembers people counting that way.
Yeah.
Instead of saying tal sko tal,
Yeah.
they'd say tal jone, you know, or tal
They did
jon,
have,
tal
they
jon.
did have a different way of counting.
Yeah, thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
But this is still today. This is the word for 22 rifle. Do you say talijone or do you say taljone?
Taljona.
Taljone, yeah. Taljone. So, all that to be, are we going to do huinigi, huinegi, huigi, or huiya for taljone? I think huiya.
Me too.
Awesome. Okay. So then we have unawed. Unawed. Did I get that word right? I didn't even look it up. Unawed, a bowl. Unawed.
I think that's what, yeah.
Yeah.
The old word for it.
It seems right to me, but I didn't look it up. And so then whenever I get to teach it and I don't look things up, I start to doubt myself. And I'm
I
like,
do too.
Unawed. I think that's right. Okay. So unawed, would that be huinigi, huinegi, huigi, or huiya, a bowl? I'm going to think huigi.
Me too.
Okay,
I
huigi.
as well.
Okay. And then we have adi tossed, a drink. Huinigi, huinegi, huigi, or huiya. I would say huinegi.
Me too.
Adi tossed huinegi. Okay, go get a drink. Okay, then we have the word gohuel. Gohuel. Some speakers, they say go fail. Sue's mom, Sue Gertie Thompson, she said her mom, with that wha sound, she would say f, go fail, go fail.
You know, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, go whale. Go whale. And some people, I've heard go whale instead of go whale. So would go whale, would it be go whale huinegi, go whale huinegi, go whale huigi, or go whale huiya? I'm thinking it would be go whale huinegi.
Yep.
All right.
I yes.
Good deal. And then the last one we have is galokwe, a gun. Galokwe.
I always say galowe.
Galokwe.
Or that's how I say
Yeah,
it.
galokwe. Yeah, galokwe. So galokwe, huinegi, galokwe, huinegi, galokwe, huigi, or galokwe, huiya. I'm thinking probably huya.
Yep, me too.
Awesome. Okay, great. So hopefully this is giving you enough repetition that you can now recognize huinigi, huinegi, huigi, huya. Okay, so that's getting something flexible, getting something liquid, go get something solid, or go get something that's long and skinny.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so the last class we did this Scottish lullaby, Baloo Baliri, which was actually almost like a little prayer that mothers would sing to protect their children from being stolen by the fairies, right? And so we kind of shortened it. We only sang it one time, so we're going to sing it again today. I'm going to read back through it because, again, that's going to give us practice reading our syllabary. So, Idalena, come. So this to he ge hesti. To he ge hesti. To he ge hesti. To he. So you see that tohi, hopefully by now, because you've seen it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a sentence that only has 8 words. So hopefully with all this repetition, you can now recognize the word tohi. Now remember, this V also makes the do sound. And in some versions, I guess, of the old writing, this V would be turned the other way around. It would be upside down. So those of you that are trying to learn to read, just be aware that sometimes you'll see it as a V and sometimes you'll see it as a V upside down or an A without a crossbar. But they both mean do or to. Okay, tohi, dohi. Okay, but we know that this word is tohi. Okay, so tohi gehesti, tohi gehesti, tohi gehesti, tohi, tohi. Right? Pretty easy, right? Okay, this next one. Yahweh, June sti. This is June sti, June sti. Yahweh June sti. We jena. Yahweh June sti. We jena. Yahweh June sti. We jena. Agwena sa e. Okay, so Yunwi Jun Sti, maybe you remember from the last time. What does Yunwi Jun Sti mean? That's our word for little people, right? We jena. All of you go away. We jena. Okay, and then agwena sai. My home. Digwena sai. Digwena sai. Okay, so remember other ways to say it. Digwena sai, agwena sai. Okay, and this one is Yahweh. No, I'm wrong. Yahweh June Stewie Jena. Yahweh June Stewie Jena. Yahweh June Stewie Jena. Agwena sai. Excellent.
Right.
Okay, so then we have this chorus again. Hopefully by now you can read it. So I'm not going to read it. We'll just go ahead and sing it, okay? Tohi gehesti, tohi gehesti, tohi gehesti, tohi, tohi. The next verse says, Galalatit da yulosa, Galalatit da yulosa, Galalatit da yulosa, Ani dawehi, Ani dawehi. Okay, ani dawehi. So galalatid towards the up, dayulosa,
Where it comes from.
where it's from, right? Dayulosa, where it's from. Galalatid dayulosa, galalatid dayulosa, ani dawehi. Okay, remember this was one word that some people use for angel, but then we learned another word from Miss Kathy. Let's see, it talks about watching over or taking care of.
Dini kano dito.
Dina kano dito.
Dini kano wa dito.
Dini kano wadito.
Yes.
Dini kano wadito. Watching over them.
Yes.
Dini kano wadito. Dini kano wadito. Okay, I want to remember it. Okay, so let's try and sing through this one. Galaladi dayulosa galaladi dayulosa galaladi dayulosa anidawehi. I think it would sound better if we said anidawehi, don't you? Instead of anidawehi. Which one do you think?
I think it's either, because it just means more. It seems like more of them than
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I think either one's fine.
Anidawehi. Anidawehi. Okay, and then we have the chorus again, so let's try to sing that. We'll sight read it. Tohi gehesti tohi gehesti tohi gehesti tohi tohi. And then tohi hitlana tohi hitlana tohi hitlana agwenasai. Okay, tohi, again, we know means quiet or calm or peaceful. Hitlana, sleep. You sleep. Okay, so it's sleep quiet or sleep peacefully.
Yes.
Agwenasai, in my home, or at my home. Tohi hitlana, tohi hitlana, tohi hitlana agwenasai. And then we end by singing the chorus one more time. Tohi gehesti tohi gehesti tohi gehesti tohi tohi.
Great.
All right, so now you know how to sing this. And again, this is a Cherokee translation of a Gaelic ballad called Balu Baliri. Okay? All right. So, the new song that we're going to do, the song that we're going to do today, actually comes from Czechoslovakia. And it's Chichichku or something like that is the name of the bird. And anyway, but we're going to put it in Cherokee, so it doesn't really matter. So it says skino hasi means tell me. Skino hasi. Okay. You hear this? I hear this pretty often. It's a fairly common thing to hear. Okay. Now here's an interesting thing. We have gado hadane hon or gado hadane. Okay. They're very, very similar. The only difference is that hon at the end, but they mean two different things, don't they, really? Gado hadane hon means, like, how do you do it? Means habitually, how is it done, you know? Gado hadane, usually that means, what are you doing? Right? That's a very common, I remember when I was a kid growing up, that was like the most They say, "Osio chuch dohadane." You know, what are you doing?
That's part of just the meet and greet thing.
Right, meet and greet, yeah, and you'd say, "Oh, diko hoost," or "Klago hoost," and I think we talked about that in here. That where I come from, most people just said diko hoost, but probably where you come from, they probably said "Klago hoost."
Shuckies.
Yeah, plugoost. And but again, that's just a dialect thing, and I don't know why we say it that way where I'm from. It's just one of those weird kind of wacky things, you know. Just like when we would say, "How do you want?" For I don't know, you know. You probably said, "Tla you want."
So you want.
Yeah. But you probably would understand
Yeah.
if somebody said, "How do you want?" You know.
We know it's the same thing.
Yeah, same diff. So anyway, so gato hadane ho. How is it done? How do you do it? Gato hadane. What are you doing? So be aware that home in this case is pretty important. He it done nikatane ho. Okay, this here. Okay. Remember we in the story about the old man and the policeman, we had this word he ita, this right here, these here. He ita nikataneho. This is how I do it. Okay, he ita nikataneho. This is how I do it. Would you say it any differently? This is how I do it.
No. Now.
Yeah, same. Now here's another word, nigal stisko. Okay, that means it happens, it occurs. We've had this word several times in several of our stories. I think this word is used a lot more in the Cherokee language than it's used in English. It's related to the word nulstane or nulstana, nulstanan. They all mean it happened, it occurs, it's happening, it's occurring.
Happened a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. So nigalstisko, it happens. Okay, so here's our the song. So it says skino hase gani gato hadane hon selu dehi hui suska skino hase wo. Okay, so skino hasi, tell me. Gani means a turkey. Gato hadane ho, how do you do it? Selu, corn. Dehi hui suska, do you plant them, right? More than one piece of corn, right? How do you plant? Skino hasi, tell me.
Right.
Now, would you say it any different way?
I might say selu dehi huiskan.
Dehi huiska. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dehi huiska. Would you understand if they said dehi huiska?
Yes, because it's just more than one.
Yeah.
You know, the word, that's what the word is dehi huiska. It's the short version for dehi huisaska.
Yeah, dehi huisaska.
Yeah.
Okay. So the song, if I can remember the tune, let's see, Skino Hasikani. We'll come back to it because I've got to think. I've got to think about it.
Yeah, because you just sung the last one. That tune's still in your head.
Yeah, that's the other song is in my head. So.
And you can't ask me because I don't know this song. So you want.
So skino hasi gani gato hadane hon selu dehi huiska or dehi huisiska or dehi huisaska. Yeah, skino hasi. Okay. The next one, they say he ita nigatane hon. This is how I do it. He ita nigatane hon selu deji huisaska or deji huiska, right? Deji huisaska or deji huisiska. He ita nigatane hon. Okay, this year, nigatane hon. So this da, as we've talked about before, that da, when you hear the da at the end, it's just kind of an emphasis.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this right here. So, so he done nigga done at home say lo de ji huiska. He done nigga done at home. Okay, so I'm going to read all the way through it, and then we'll go back and we'll let Miss Kathy read it, since the tune of the song is kind of escaping me at the moment. But we will get there, I promise. One way or the other. So this says, Skino sikani, tell me, turkey. Gadoni stisko. Now notice, we don't have hadane hon. Okay, it's different, and we'll talk about why. Gadoni stisko. Selu yu sa. Skino siwu. So the first time we were talking about planting it. Mm-hmm. This one says, how does the corn grow? So that's not something that you do to it. Right. So we had to change the word from gadohadane hon to gadonigalstisko. How does it happen? How does it happen? So because we're not actually doing it, right? The corn grows on its own. We're at that point we can feed it and we can water it, but we're not growing it, right? So skino hasi gani gadoni galstisko selu utasa skino hasiwo. So this word utasa, is this related to like awatasa, I grew up, growing, or utasona in the last story that we had, the old man? That just means he's fully grown, isn't it?
Full grown, yes. And on this one, I would probably use on that selu. Tuskal.
Tuskal.
Yeah, that's how I would probably say it if I'm asking, how does it happen?
Tuskal. 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 Let's go ahead and let's put that in parentheses, just Tuskal, because that way we can remember. All right. So utasa or atusko, and then here's the atuska. Atuska in this case. Yeah. So he done nigalstisko. Okay, this is how it's done. Selu atuska. This is how it grew. How it would grow.
That's how it's growing. Yes.
Yeah. He done nigalstisko. Okay. Yeah. This right here. How it happens. Yep. All right. The next one says skino hasi gani gato nigalstisko. So again, we're still with nigalstisko. Selu uwanistan skino hasiwu. Okay. So this uwanistan, it gets ripe. Uwanistan. It makes itself ripe. Yeah. Right. Uwanistan.
And it's kind of the word for it's cooking.
Yeah.
It's growing. It's it's kind of the same action.
Yeah. It's like it's getting ready, or it's
baking. It's cooking.
Finishing itself. It's getting not like finished, but it's like it's maturing. It's
It's growing.
Yeah. Uwanistan. And then he idan nigalstisko selu uwanistan he idan nigalstisko. Okay. Skino hasikani gato hadane hon. So see, we've gone back. Hadane hon. How do you do it? Selu dehitlisiska. Okay. And you had told me about dehili, so this is similar, right? Dehitlisiska. Skino hasiwo. Just tell me. So this is like to gather it up, right? Now this dehili, what else can you use that with? Is it just for corn, or can you use it for gathering up?
Yeah, any kind of thing you are taken off of a stalk, or sometimes even maybe a limb.
Okay.
But limb might have its own word. Yeah, I think it does. This might be, this particular word, dehitli, is
Dehitli.
you're taking it off the stock.
You're taking it off the sock. Dehitli.
Yeah.
Dehitli.
But this is a word, I notice that it's the word for
It's
that.
the same word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just has that siska there. Dehitli.
You're gathering.
Gathering. Yeah.
pretty
So
much.
now, could you use this? Say, like, taking laundry off a line? No, different.
No, different, because it's
Because
just.
you're not doing the same thing.
That dehitli is just for the corn.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what else you take
Dehitli.
off a stalk.
Yeah, I
You-
can't think of anything else
But you
either.
might be
Okra,
taking
maybe.
beans too
Yeah.
off of the
Yeah.
vine.
Yeah.
Dehitli, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like okra, maybe. It comes off
A
kind of
stalk
yeah
too.
of a stalk.
Yeah. I
What
don't know. We'll
Yeah.
have to ask
Yeah.
the.
So those of you out there that are science people or whatever, if you can think of ways, other things that you pick off a stalk, and I'm sure there are.
Yes.
They're just not coming to mind.
Yeah.
So, but it's this word dehitli, dehitli siska, or dehitli, and then hiidan nikatane ho selu. Dejitli siska. Hiidan nikatane ho. Okay, so that's all we're going to go through today on the song. Because, like I said, the song is fairly long, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let if you would read each of them for me, and I'll work.
Okay.
I'll click the buttons. So.
Okay. Skino hasi gani. Kato hatana ho selu dehi huisaska. Skino hisawu.
Okay. Skino hisa.
Skino.
Yeah. Okay.
He ada nikadana ho selu dehi huisaska. He ada nikadana ho. Skino hisa gani. Kato nikalsti sko. Selu yutasa. Skino his sawu. He ada nikalstisko selu artaska. He ada nikalstisko. Skino hasi gani gato nikalstisko selu uwan nistan. Skino his sawu. He ada nikalstisko selu uwan stana. No, uwan nistan. He ada nikalstisko. Skino hasi gani gato hadana ho selu dehi lisiska. Skino hisawu.
Awesome.
He ada nikadana ho selu dehi lisiska. He ada nikadana ho.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm trying to. Let's.
There you go. Still trying to remember the tune?
Yeah, I'm still trying to. She's just good, just good. Okay, I think I remember this first part, so I'll try it.
Okay.
Skino husikani gado hadane ho selu dehi huiska skino husiwu. No, I'm not right. I've got it wrong. So when we come back next time, I will have the song. I promise. But I promise. So I will have it. I will have the song. So skino husikani gado hadane ho selu. Dehi huiska. I like it better that way. Dehi huiska. Dehi huiska. Does it still make sense that way? Dehi huiska. Okay. Skino hasiwo. It fits in the song better.
Yeah.
I can't remember the tune, but I can remember the
beat.
The beat of it. Yeah. And so I'm like, well, it fits better that way. Hi idan nikatane ho. Selu dehi huiska. Hi idan nikatane ho. I like that word, nigadane. It just, when it just rolls off the tongue.
You just about wrap it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Skino Sikani, Gadoni Galstisko, Shelu Utansa, Skino Siwu. And remember, those of you that woo at the end just means just, okay? Skino Siwu, just tell me. Like you woo, only me, just me.
Yeah.
He idan nigalstisko, Shelu Atuska. He idan nigalstisko. Skino Sikani, Gadoni Galstisko, Shelu Uwanistan, Skino Siwa, Uwanistan, right? Yep.
Uwanistan.
He idan nigalstisko, Shelu Uwanistan. He idan nigalstisko. Then skino sikani. Kado hadane hon Shelu dehitliska. Dehitliska. Skino siwo. He idan nikadane hon Shelu dehitliska. He idan nikadane hon. All right. So, here is our notes page for this lesson. As I said, next lesson I will have the tune. I'm going to have to listen to it again, so to remind myself of what it was. I listened to it on the way up to the studio this morning, but then I listened to like a million other songs, and so now I lost it. But here we have them all in syllabary. So in the time that's remaining, I'm going to try to read them, and then we'll have her read them how they really should be. So because again, I'm trying to force myself to read in syllabary so it helps me. So skino si. You tell me. Gado hadane hon. He idan ni gadane hon. Okay, he idan ni gadane hon. Ni galstiska. Sko. Yep. Ni galstisko. Dehi huisiska. You plant them. Deji huisiska. Or deji huiska, right? Utansa, or atusa, right? Uwanstani. That triggers a memory for some reason. I'll have to think about it in here in a second. Dehitlisiska, and dejitlisiska. All right. So let's go ahead and have you read them in the time we have remaining. We have just a couple minutes.
Skino hasi gado hadane hon. He ada nikadane hon. Nigalstisko. Dehi huisaska. Deji huisaska. Utasa. Uwanistani. Uwanistani. Is that how you said it? Uwanistani?
Yeah.
Okay. Dehitlisiska. Dejitlisiska.
All right. So you notice the difference between you and I. Dehi is you with a plural object. Deji, I. So that he and G, very similar, but it's you, the difference between you and I in the words, the only difference. So we are out of time for this lesson today. So we would like to say wadon from all of us here at RSU TV, and we'll go ahead and let you sign off. And
Okay. See you next time. Dota go, huh?
Wadon.